Today's special little guest is the Olight Baton 3 Pro Max, named after a type of iPhone, really. That's where we are today in the world. Even our flashlights are being dominated by the Apple market for names and terms. This appears to be featuring an SST70, or I don't know, it could be an XHP50 or something, but it's hard to tell. I have not gotten a response online, and I have not, don't find it in the user manual or on any of the retailers anywhere. I cannot find out what emitter they have in here. I've noticed it's becoming a thing for flashlight retailers to take off reference to the LEDs. And this is all of the big brands now. It's really pissing me off why they would do that. I'm going to have to keep hunting. If you know, put it in the comments what it is. But to me, this it looks like some kind of a quad dye higher power emitter. It's a very versatile light. So Olight sent this to me for review, and that's what we're going to do here. Came in this blingy little case here. You have the packaging, and one of the most beautiful, look at that, isn't that beautiful, that blue and brown? That is gorgeous. I don't care who you are. Of course, the little tray that the light sits in. You have the battery blocker. You have the magnetic charging piece that fits nicely and strongly on the back. And you have the user manual and other documentation in multiple languages. You also get this. This is such a serious work light that they actually have a metal thing that you're supposed to post a sticky onto your wall so that you can rest your light on there. Like, it's going to stay. It's strong as hell. That's the big slap god daddy of magnets right there. So if you want a versatile magnet, boy howdy does this deliver. So without boring you with all of the details that you could look up online, let me just showcase what this light is known for. First of all, it's marketed at an EDC, and if you put it near the Baton Pro and the Baton base model, you'll see that this is the biggest one. It does feature up to 2,500 lumens for 1 minute with a step down that gradually takes the light way down. It is marketed as a work light. It has a shake sensor that tells you without you having to wait, you can shake it to see how full the battery is. It's gone through several charge cycles already. Now, the one thing I don't really like about that is that it can, over time in your bag, rummaging it around, you're going to end up draining your battery. So I would like to see Olight make that an option, a programmable option, if they must have that. To me, these battery indicators, once they come on, when the light gets turned on, that's all you need. I mean, get out of there. Who cares? You're not going to use it that often anyway. I don't know anyone who does. Good, strong belt clip. Second criticism along the way of the compliments I'm giving it is that it's pretty big for an EDC. In fact, it's almost not an EDC at all. That's a pretty big item right here. Normally, EDCs are yay big. I mean, a true EDC, everyday carry. But this isn't that. For those of you who do love your moonlight, you do have a moonlight. You also have this feature of you see it'll cycle down when it's bright. It has a proximity sensor so you don't get blinded. That's a thing that Surefire has been doing on the later lights. Now, to me, I don't like that. But again, you consult the manual, you find out that you can turn it off. So that is good that they made it programmable for a light like this. This is a cool white version. I just wish they would have told me what emitter it's actually running in there. As far as the rest of the specs, you have just a plain box that is, it's going to give you, you can pause it right here and look at the specs. It's, of course, not meant for throw. Even on the highest one, you're only going to get 145 meters, but you don't really care because you're going to use this for flood anyway. And I'll put it all right here so you can see it. And here is what you get, the 3 Pro Max Baton magnetic charging cable pouch, L-shaped stand, user manual. That kind of brings up a discussion on do you need all this stuff? I would say no. I would say you really don't need all of this stuff for your light. I think you should have those to be able to buy extra in myself. Do you disagree? Personally, I'm not going to use most of that. You do have a proprietary battery. We don't like that. It's a 21700 battery. It's got its big, so you can't use any other battery. A lot of people are not going to like that, and so that's kind of the thing there. So tell me if you like that or not. Most people hate the proprietary batteries, and then you have hold it down and just adjust the modes. Double click for turbo, and it is actually really amazing as far as the amount of visibility with this beam you're going to get. As you see outside, you'll see outside it does give a very versatile beam, and very versatile beam that is I think you will like if you love flutters, because that's exactly what this is. So pretty much that's what it is. It's time to take it out and test it.
When Jordan Peterson mentions statistics like this, keep in mind he's almost always wrong about everything he fucking says when he mentions like stats or studies. I'll give you a list of examples of things he's being wrong about.
So here we go with the Olight Baton 3 Pro Max. Frosty little flutter, made for about no more than 170 meters of range. And of course, it is a cool white, floody, almost boundless, unrestricted beam. Very nice flood. It's guaranteed not to disappoint on that front. $2,500 lumens of flood. Really hard to not like. Whatever can we say to wrap up here? I like this light. It is more of a work and function light than a fun light. If you're really serious about getting a gift for someone who works with their light and needs a dependable light for utilitaristic purposes, utilitaristic, is that a word? Utilitarian purposes, you've definitely got an item here that you can really count on. I don't think there will be much dispute about the fact that Olight is the big boy in town for electronics. They have their own electronics. their own drivers, which they have used, and they are good quality and really tough. What you get here, if you get used to holding it, you will I don't have a momentary on. I don't have a way to play with it, so I'm just going to have to get used to doing that. And then it is what it is. But that said, that's just Joe. That's just my take on it. As far as using it in the field, it is a great illuminator because, as you've seen, it's got a very wide beam, which ultimately, at the end of the day, are more useful than throwers, pound for pound, especially in workplace scenarios. So, if you decide you want to bring one of these home, the price right now is really nice. You can get a little discount if you follow my link. But I've stood behind Olight, even though I don't always like their designs. I do like this. It feels good in the hand and is pretty sharp. But their name is definitely good in the industry, and the quality, you're not ever going to have a problem with it. So, all right, y'all have a fun flashaholic expedition, and maybe pick you up one of these.